Hey there! I am making this video today to talk about the 4-step inventory process, specifically the resentment inventory in the book Alcoholics Anonymous, in the big book. For those of you who know, it's basically a 4-column outline that you fill out. And the way I've learned it that I really like is a slightly modified version of that. So I'm just gonna share about that now because I get a lot of people wanting questions and wanting clarity on this, because the questions, there's 3 questions that we use that are a little bit challenging or can be. So, of course, if we think about it in the column format, the first column is the name of the person we have the resentment at. The second column is why are we sore? Why are we resentful? So that's the fun part where we can just totally bash the shit out of them and say whatever we want without being spiritual or program minded at all. So just writing out everything we resent the person for. The third column in the book, it talks about what does this affect my self-esteem, my security, my ambitions, my personal or sex relations. You can look at that. I don't find it too helpful, but yeah, that's in the book. Go ahead and do that. And then the 4th column, this is the gold. This is my part. So we look at my part in 3 questions. The first question is, what is my part? Where was I at fault? So for me, what I found in my 4-step inventory, which was a long list of 263 people, principles, and institutions, a lot of my part was, and a lot of where I was at fault was all internal judgments, internal character assassination, having expectations, making assumptions, not having compassion for people, not letting them off the hook, not having understanding. Sometimes I just, that would be all my part was. Now, if I had an outward action, that would be definitely my part. If I lied, if I manipulated, which is lying, if I was controlling, acted controlling, if I gossiped, if I criticized them or somebody else, if I cheated on them, if I stole. So all of that is kind of the outward manifestation of my part, any actions. So you may or may not have that depending on the resentment. Then we look at question 2, which is, when have I behaved in the same way that I resent this person for? So if I resent somebody for lying to me and cheating on me and stealing from me, I look at my life. When have I lied? When have I cheated? When have I stolen? And I write about that. Okay, well, I lied to this person in this situation. I cheated on this person. I stole from that person. So I examine, where have I behaved in the same way? So seeing where I'm being a hypocrite. The third question is, where have I used this resentment to serve me? And serve me meaning in a negative way, not positively. So you could even think, where have I used this resentment to serve my ego, right? So say I resent this person that lied, cheated, and stole. Where have I used the resentment to serve me? By having my focus and my energy on that other person, I don't have to look at myself. I can point fingers, I can take the focus off of myself. I don't have to look at my own self when I've acted in that way. I can be a victim. Oh, they did this to me, I can stay in victim mode. That's how I use the resentment to serve me. I can stay in self-pity. I can use that as more fuel. Oh, everybody always wrongs me all the time. Oh, here it is again. And then also, if I resent myself for maybe it's, say I choose unavailable men or men that cheat on me, and then I'm resentful at one for cheating on me. Oh, well, there it goes again. I guess that's always, going to happen to me. So, it helps me to stay small and not change. And then it can justify, if say it's like an example of like a romantic thing, oh, all men are shit, so then I can just not just write off people I don't even know, I haven't even met yet, because of this one resentment. I'll write off the whole bunch. So I can use the resentment to serve me in that way. Or, justify, oh, well, they cheat on me, so I can cheat or lie or steal. The other thing we want to look at in this process is in the case of where we were victimized. If somebody has abuse of any kind as, a child or an adult, if we look at these three questions, if we look at what is my part, say it's childhood abuse. Well, we don't have a part except the fact that we were present in that situation, which is not saying, we're blaming ourselves for that. It's just the truth. We were present. We could look at, when have I behaved in the same way? Did I ever abuse anyone or anything in my life? Doesn't have to be the same type of abuse, but have I done that in some way? How have I used that resentment to serve me? Well, am I still allowing those experiences to keep me in a victim role? Am I still using those experiences to justify why I'm not changing now? Because yes, we were victims, but then at some point we grow up, or we, deal with the situation. And then what are we doing now with it? Are we using it to stay small and stay in victim mode? Or are we using it as okay, that happened, and still, I don't have to give it power anymore. So that one can be difficult, but it does come up because the freedom is in our responsibility, us being responsible, us not giving our power away to anyone or anything. So empowering ourselves instead of disempowering. So those are the questions. Then once you write all that out on your own, then meet with, me, your sponsor, whoever's taking you through the book process. Doesn't have to be a sponsor. And then you read your inventory, and then in that 5th step process, you have a column 5, which is the defects of character. So you come up with those in the 5th step. All right, well, I hope you found this helpful. Please leave any questions or comments below, and I'll see you next time.